And now, from Glasgow.
So hi there, welcome to this week's weekly update. So what's been happening now? It's been quite an ordinary week. Starting with last Sunday, got on the train, got on an early train. I always get on an early train than the one I'm booked, because normally the services, because it's a long distance, there's always something that might happen that will delay things. So by getting on an earlier train, I tend to get to the hotel a little bit earlier, but absolutely nothing went wrong. I was on the train about an hour early. I was doing the Edinburgh journey. Sorry, I've just seen a pot of paint and I just got a compulsion to shake it. Got on the earlier train. Normally when I get to Edinburgh, this one went through Edinburgh. I think it's because they've got engineer works on the route from Glasgow to Euston. So they've sent me through King's Cross. And normally I get about 10 minutes to change trains at Edinburgh. That doesn't normally give me time to have a cigarette. By the time I got out of the station, smoked, come back, I've usually missed it. But the train that went from Glasgow to Edinburgh, they actually got in a little bit early. Cigarette, jumped on, literally jumped on the train to King's Cross, got a seat, and it just pulled out. Off it went. That went smoothly. Basically was in the hotel. I was in the hotel by about 4 o'clock, and for some odd reason, I don't know why, but travel just wears me out. Working hard all day, no problems, I'm fine. Sitting there relaxing on the train, worn out. So usually normal things really. Monday to Thursday working. Been off Friday, Saturday, and today Sunday. So we've done our 2 live streams with Natasha. We have now started on the Willys Jeep. We haven't done an awful lot in terms of finished content, but actually this is quite a complicated build. Putting the chassis together because of the scale. Let me change the cameras for you. Let me just move my phone. So as you can see, it's there's 2 pieces there which you've got to get. It's just very fiddling. It's all down to the scale rather than the complication of the kit. This is the Airfix starter set Willys Jeep, by the way. This is 4 pieces. So you've got the main body, you've got 2 pieces of the side. Once you've got those in properly, that back piece, that just slides in nice and easy. But obviously if you want to follow along with the build, if you want to join in, you can. Please do. There's also this really tiny hook for the trailer on the back. Look at that, it's so small you can't see it. So I've had some good shifts this week. Which has meant that I've been able to get on with some things. So I have been building. There's a little bit of a spoiler on the table there. I will come to that in a second. So I have been working on the. I can't find the box, so I can't show you. It's the Revel 1969 Chevy Yenko Camaro. Bear with me, I've just spotted the box, but I don't know if my headphone cable's long enough. There we go. Right. So, I've just chucked all of the clear pieces on the floor. Right, so, sorry guys, I've got myself in a muddle. This is the problem with doing weekly updates in one take. If something goes wrong, it's going to get caught on camera. And I'm very caught on camera. So this is the 1969 Chevy Yenko Camaro. I've purposely left the price tag on. I got it from Man's Model Moments. Now, Man's Model Moments, what's special about him at the moment is he is kind of the importer of the Terry Senior decals. As you can see, I have opened them, and these are the decals. So in case you're not aware, I will try to remember to put a tag into the description for Got Fuels Models. Terry Thacker Senior recently died. We're all doing a group build, a tribute build, and we're all building various things. By coincidence, the majority of us are building cars. I guess that's because we knew, well, I think there's two reasons for that. One is that most of the US community seems to be into cars, but I think Terry Senior was into cars as well, which is why I'm doing a car. I've never done a car of this scale, and it's not quite as easy as I thought. Well, I didn't think it was going to be easy, but it's actually a little bit trickier. But yeah, I'm just going to pop a few of the little tribute decals on, and I will be making an extra donation to the GoFundMe because I've asked for an extra decal, which I'm getting from the lovely Lord Peter Webster. So obviously saves me buying a complete decal sheet for £10. I'm just going to pop £5 donation in, and Peter's sending me his spare decal. So mine's not going to be blue, as you'll find out in a moment. But this is, I'm not even doing the Fast and Furious version. I'm just building up the basic car. So I've been chipping away at it all week. What I found complicated about it is normally I build aircraft and I do stage 1, then I do stage 2, then I do stage 3. Seems quite a sensible way to build. The way this works is because there's a lot of metallic, you've got a lot of black to do, and then the metallic on top. But really, you need to go through it and work all your colours out, and then go back and build it. So it's taken me so long to do the first video, because I'm literally stage 1, paint it black, then go over the orange, go over the metallic, then 2, paint these bits. Lots of chrome work on it, which hasn't come out perfect. But I'm up to, where am I up to? I am up to stage 15, where we pop the engine in. And this is what I've come up with. And it's rather nice. I just wish I had a better camera. You know, as you can see, there are defects with it. The chrome has come out a little bit funny. I did buy one of those Molotov pens, but it's just not come out perfect. But it's nice, and I think in terms of a tribute, you know, I've had a go, I've got a good result. So many decals though, that you see there's a decal in there. There's 2 decals in there. That one went wrong, but I managed to salvage something out of it. Look at that damn decal on the fan belt. That was hard work. We've got labels like there's I think that's an air filter down there, or an oil filter, and that's got a label on it. There's a couple of tiny decals on these chrome bits. That one seems to have disappeared. No, it's there. And then there's a decal there. There's a decal on that bit there. You can just see it. Just decals everywhere. I'm starting work on the interior. It looks very dull because it's just not been detailed yet. It's just gone the basic coat. I have started on the shell, and I wanted to do a custom colour. I was originally going to go black, but I find black a bit dull. I know it's a tribute build for someone else, but obviously we're building something that we find interesting as well. And actually that's got scratch because it's not been clear coated yet. But this has come out perfect. but unfortunately I have to redo it. And the reason I have to redo it is because when I painted it, it came out uneven. So I just kept going over it with very thin coats until it all came out even. As you can see, I think I've done a good job. However, I forgot to do the hood, the bonnet. As you can see, that's really rough. So I've got to go over this, but unfortunately, because the paint is a custom made paint, I think I've used 10 drops of black and either 2 or 4 drops of gunmetal grey. I need to make sure I get an exact colour match, so I have to repaint this, whatever colour I use on that, to make sure I get that colour match. Once that's painted, this has had 2 coats, and I think it can benefit a couple of extra coats anyway. Excuse me with the hiccups. But then that will get clear coated, and I know from this that once you've got a coat of varnish, this has been satin varnished, it really does protect it very well. This has had a few knocks. This has had less knocks, and yet it's come out worse. So that's fine. I'm also starting on the interior, and I have tried to sort of customize it slightly. The seats are supposed to be done one color of black. So what I'm doing is on the inside, I'm doing smoke black, which is a very slightly lighter shade of black. And then the exterior, I'm going to try rubber. We'll see how it comes out. And I may apply a little bit of gloss to the outside to make it look a little bit more, this is going to sound bad, but plasticky. Obviously this is going to be the seat exterior. And then I thought I'd go for a little bit of detailing on the piping. Now I've gone for orange because it matches the colour of the engine. However, I may make a little bit more me in it, and I may actually go purple. I don't know what Terry would think of purple, but it's my favourite colour. So, and I'm just kind of thinking along the lines, if I was making an actual custom car, perhaps to sell, that's probably what I would do. Certainly if I was making a custom car for myself, I could see me driving around in a car of that colour. I'm not one of these. I do like purple, but I wouldn't drive a purple car. It's a little bit too standouty. But I would certainly have maybe purple detail. And yeah, that's it. And then obviously you've got the chrome parts, which are very nice. The stage I'm about to do, it's a very strange one. There's a clear part which you then have to paint white and then put a little bit of anthracite grey on it. Why make it a clear part if you're just going to paint the whole thing? Anyway, that is that. So that's what I've been up to. What's happening next week? So we are going to go live on the 28th of April, which is not actually next week. It's going to be the week after. I do have about 7 shifts on the trot. ET is continuing on the Monday, because that one goes fortnightly. Still haven't had a chance to do Warhammer. Now the main reason I've not had a chance to do Warhammer is this damn camera. It's actually a really good camera. It's this one there. It's a fixed focus. Sorry, it's not a fixed focus. It's a manual focus camera. So as you can see, you can focus on my hand there, and there it's not so good. And if I just, sorry, this is me turning the little focus thing. You can see that everything's now gone out of focus. I think I focused it the wrong way. Now I have got sitting in my house at home a Logitech 920, which I use. There we go. So look, we've got really close focus there, but then it makes all the background go blurry, which I think looks quite terrible. I've been having a bit of a struggle I think that's about my medium. But we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Um, so basically, I have got a Logitech 920 sitting at home, which I use as a front-facing camera. Now, my distance from the camera never changes. So why do I need an automatic focus camera for a static shot? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this camera home, pop that on my main computer, and then bring the Logitech 920 with me to the hotel. And then that way I'll have a camera that focuses no matter how close I am. And then that will enable me to crack on with the Warhammer. The next issue of Eddie Stobart is coming out on the Wednesday, and it's nice. It's nice. We haven't got anything super exciting left. We only got a few issues, but we're just tidying up the loose ends. We've pretty much got the trailer, and we're just adding those supports. Now I have got a sneak preview. Sorry, when I say sneak preview, I have seen the next issues of Eddie Stobart. I have built up to 130, which is next week's issue, and we have almost finished the jousts on the top. Now I was assuming issue 131 will finish those off, and then it looks like the next issues will be floor panels, which I find hilarious because I have seen posts by people in the Facebook group complaining, oh well, I hope there's going to be, and for some reason they've got it in their head that there wasn't going to be floor panels. And all the while I'm sitting there going, I'm not going to make any speculation because I haven't seen the future issues, but surely if they could put jousts in, they're going to put floor panels in. And sure enough, floor panels have arrived. Now it looks like, I think we're going to be doing the floor panels over 4 issues, not 3. Slightly disappointing. But that will then take us up to issue 134. So we can assume that issue 135 is the last floor panel. And then obviously we're going to have roof panels. So can we assume there will be 4 roof panels? So that will be, bear with me, I've lost track. 31 joust, 32, 33, 34, 35 will be roof panels. 36, 37, 38, 139. I think it's going to take us up to 139 for the roof panels. And then issue 140, I'm guessing, would be fixing the curtains on the side. And that will be the issue, that will be the whole build complete. So the last video, if everything goes as planned, will be the 10th of July. I will take a break from Wednesdays on the 17th of July. Something that I always do, I always leave a gap between projects of 1 week. Now, the plan was, starting the 24th of July, was to turn Wednesday into Wooden Wednesday. Because I don't actually have space for a lot of things, I may just open up Wednesday as a general modelling day. That will enable me to release 2 videos at once, one on the Saturday, because Saturday is what I'm calling aircraft 40. I'm calling it Air 48, which means aircraft of 48 scale. The big plan is going to take about 2 years, and it's going to be Monday, anything to do with the sea. Tuesday, anything to do with figures. Wednesday, anything wood. Thursday, anything land-based. Saturday, skipping on, is Aircraft 48 Day. And the Friday will be anything other than 48 scale. Now, we have got the Lancaster on the Fridays. So we've got 2 scale model days. If I open up Wednesday as just scale models, including wooden models, that will give us a third scale model day. So, you know, I won't necessarily call it Wet Wooden Wednesday just yet until we have more part works that are finished. Thursday is Gauntlet Day, so we have got issue 49 coming up. Next week marks the halfway point. Issue 50 will be the halfway point. I don't think I remembered that while I was building, so I didn't make any song and dance about it during the video. I just said, oh, here's issue 50 and we're building whatever we were building. Friday should be the Lancaster, but that's on hold for the moment because I'm still trying to get things from issue 6. I may try other sources. I want to shorten the reaction stage of the Hachette. My build, although my build is a comparison between the scale model and the part work, I want more focus on the scale model. So I may just try and get some pictures and just show pictures rather than do a whole reaction and force you to watch a video. It kind of, it's a bit of a negative as well. If I'm showing you the video and then telling you to go and subscribe to the owner of the video, what's the point in you subscribing if you're going to watch his video on my channel? So I might just do it all screenshots instead. Saturday I have got a couple of things ready. There won't be anything coming out Saturday. I've got a couple of models ready to go. I've just got to finish the videos. My new plan now is that I will not release video 1 until I've filmed the whole lot. Then that way that guarantees there'll be no breaks. Going back to the Mondays, which is Robocop and ET Day, I have a potential biting me in the bum because I originally thought ET was going to be 3 issues a month and Robocop is 4, and you can't run a channel once a week on 4 videos because Fan Home, it's not a 4 weekly schedule. It's 4 weeks from when they dispatched the last one, I think, something like that. So you're actually getting 4 Robocops every 5 or 6 weeks. However, ET has now jumped up to 6 issues. I filmed issue 8, which will come out on the 20th of May. If I continue to do 1 issue a week, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, issue 14 won't come out until the 12th of August, which is 3 months away. So I'm going to be looking at maybe doing 2 videos of each a month. So if there's 4 Robocops, we'll do 2 issues per video, and obviously with the ET we'll do 3 videos. I'm just trying to work it around. I might even do an ET, a Robocop, an ET, a Robocop, an ET, and then do another ET, and then Robocop, ET, Robocop, ET. And that will be kind of a 5-week cycle. So there'll be 2 issues in each video. May need some heavy editing, otherwise they could go on for hours. Tell me what you think, guys. Should I just do 2 or 3 issues of the ET per video and then do two, you know, maybe I should do it on a 6-week cycle, or I don't know. It just requires some planning, and it's kind of, it has the potential to be drawn back so much that I end up making videos that won't be released for 6 months. I want to try and reduce the video length I have, and obviously the more issues I pack into one video, the longer that video will become. So it's just become counterintuitive. So it's just something that I've got to think about now before it gets a bit out of hand. What's the point in me releasing a video that you have watched 15 times on various other channels? You know, if you're watching ET, I really want my video to be coming out around about the same time as everybody else's ET video, so you can sit down and watch, say, 4 different videos on the same subject. You get the second hand, the third hand feeling of the build. Then you can sit down and build it, or you can build your ET and then watch some other videos to see if anyone did anything different. Right, that's it. Oh, I've got one more thing to show you. I think I mentioned it last week. I haven't touched them this week, but I've been working on 3 starter sets. I'll show you one kit, plus I'll show you the box for the other 2. So I am hoping to enter a competition. I say a competition, it's just for fun. At my local IPMS in Glasgow, and that is titled 3 of a kind. So my entries is going to be this E-type Jag, which I have not touched this week. As you see, it needs another coat. If you have never built a car and you are not the most experienced modeler ever, I would recommend this E-type Jag. It's such a lovely build. Every single part can be pre-painted in a single colour and then glued together after it's been painted. So there's the body shell. You only paint that in green. There is one of the wheel axles. That is painted in silver. This is the exhaust system, painted in silver. And then there is the bottom of the car, the chassis. That's done in green. There's 2 exceptions, which is gone. What have I done with those? Here we are. So the 2 exceptions to that. So there's the wheels. Look, you can paint this side of the wheel in silver, and then when you put the tire on, it will cover that up. So any overpaint you'll cover up. The inside of the wheels, well, that's the inside, so you're not going to see those. So I would just paint the whole lot black, and then that'll just create shadow. There's the bumpers, which is painted silver, and the locating tabs are actually where the sprue points are, and the steering wheel is going to need 2 colours. But apart from that, oh, and this. So ignore the seats, they're unfinished. So this is done in green, and then you paint all the brown inside. If you're using the starter set paints, that's all you have to do. You don't even have to worry about getting a nice match between the 2 paints, because when that goes in there like so, all of the borders between the 2 colours will get hidden up with the bodywork. And it's just, yeah, if you have never done an Airfix kit before, if you've never done a scale model kit before, if you are inexperienced with scale models and you're inexperienced with cars, I don't have knowledge of every single kit out there, but I would say that this is a very, very good one. Because, look, once you've painted it, just got to figure out which is the front and which is the back now. So like you put the axle in there, and then that axle gets locked in with the exhaust system. I think that's the right way round. Might be wrong. So there's the exhaust system gone in there. Then the front axle goes in there, and that will get locked in with the car interior. And then that chassis goes on there. And that is half of the vehicle built. You've got obviously a few little details to go in. And that front bit, what goes on the front bit? Is there anything goes in the front bit? I'll have to check that out, guys. But yeah, it's just a lovely little model. Anyway, I've waffled on about that too much. the second kit that I'm doing, which is actually the first one, is my Land Rover. Again, I haven't touched that. I've got to go over the bodywork again. I've got to keep building that paintwork up till it's solid. I had a few errors with that. And one that I haven't even opened yet is the Aston Martin. Now, the colour of the bodywork is actually grey for some unknown reason. I find that a little bit odd. I thought it was supposed to be a metallic colour. Oh, it's actually written on the back of the box, isn't it? So the body colour is 129, which is a grey. And then you heavily gloss it up. So I might just play around with that colour a bit. I might put a little bit of silver into it to give it sort of that effect, but with grey. I might also just pop in some gloss medium into the paint. Sorry, some metallic medium to just sort of make it a metallic grey rather than a silver. I don't know. Lots of things to do. Right, guys, so that has been an awful long time recording. I am going to leave it there. So, yes, next week I will be doing another pre-recorded update, channel update. I am now working every day until I think my next day off is Sunday. Bear with me 1 second and I will just check my ever-changing rota. They do like to change my duties and not tell me, so I do have to check every day. So my next day off is actually Saturday, the 20... No, that's today. My next day off is 28th and 29th. So we will be live streaming on the Sunday. We will be... I might even have a stream on the Saturday night. I finish work at 20 past 5. But that's always subject to change. So we will definitely have a stream next Sunday, the 28th. We will have a channel update on the 28th. We will have a video coming out tomorrow, the ET. We will have an Eddie Stobart on the Wednesday and a Gauntlet on the Thursday. And I really am hoping that we get a video out about the Lancaster on the Friday. Saturday, most likely nothing. That scale model day. Oh, something else to show you guys. Bear with me 1 second. So I was going to start work on the Tiger Moth, and I took one look at it, and as you'll know from the Lancaster, I don't mind having a go and making a seat belt. I'm quite happy make seat belts, simple seat belts out of masking tape and paint it up. I had a little look at the Tiger Moth seat belt, and it's kind of a belt buckle kind of thing. You know, you get the little thing and you get the holes in it. And I'm like, there's absolutely no way I could make that. So I splashed the money out and I bought some photo etch parts. Now that's what I bought it for. Let me change that focus. There we go. So those seat belts there, can you see they've got the little holes in them? And that's why I can't make them. So I bought some, and I think they look absolutely smashing. But look what else comes on the kit on this fret. I'm purposely ignoring that, leaving that till last. So we've got various bits. I think we've got some foot pedals there, and we've got some door hatches, and I can't remember what they do. But look at this instrument panel. So what you do, you can just make out number 1 and number 2. Number 2 is actually placed behind number 1, and that's your instrument panel. And look at that. Is that not smashing or what? So that is absolutely amazing. So when I get the chance to, when I get little breaks in doing all my other 400 different projects, I can do the Tiger Moth, and we know it's going to come out looking, because the problem is stage one is the seats. So if I started on the Tiger Moth, I can't go any further. Now I can. Really, really happy with that. Right, guys, I'll leave you with that. Today, bit of a funny day in the hotel. Generally speaking, the hotel Monday to Friday is busy in the morning because it tends to be, we're not far from the exhibition centre. So Monday to Fridays, any events tend to be businessy events. Have I've lost my phone bit. Doesn't matter. So Monday to Friday tends to be businessy events. So everyone's up nice and early, and they're having breakfast so that they can get to these businessy events at whatever time, 8, 9 o'clock. Weekends, all the businessy people check out on a Friday and they all go home, and then all the touristy people come in. And it just completely changes the dynamics of everything. This week, I think we had some wrestling on at the O2, so we had a lot of wrestling fans on. Something happened on the Saturday, and it all seems to be these big one-day events, so people are coming for one night. And today is the London Marathon. Now, normally when you get touristy events, people are up a little bit later because they're down on leisure. The events happen at night, so you don't have to get up. Obviously, if they've been to a late night event, they're going to bed late, so they're not going to get up early. So the times to have breakfast, I've found, is during the week, try and get a later breakfast when everyone's already been through. And then the weekends, have an early breakfast before the rush starts. Today is the London Marathon, which obviously is it about a 9, 10 o'clock start? But in order to get there for the 9 o'clock start, you probably have to be up about 6 in the morning, because you've got to go through, you've got to get there, you've got to go through registration and all the things that go with it. So it's a really weird dynamic on the hotel this morning. On the totally irrelevant side, these are the old cups that the hotel bought, which are alright, they do the job. But they bought these new mugs because they're running out. We've got these lovely red mugs, and I'll be honest with you, if I was that way inclined, I would probably slip one in my bag every time I have a stay, and then when I got 6 days here, I've got a nice set of mugs for home. But if they were purple, I would almost certainly do it. But it's just a really good mug, actually, and it's nice and broad at the top, and the bottom is small enough to fit on my my cup warmer. Also, guys, I'm going to drop a link into the description. I said a couple of weeks back about my brush holder. The one that I bought for home, it's square and it's got all the lines in a nice straight line, and I can really organise my paint brushes. So this row is for this kind of brush, and that row. I had already ordered a different one, and then realised it's not going to be as good as the one I've got at home. So I actually had it sent to a chap he called Panzercat, and he built it online, and did a little unboxing and built it online. I thought, wow, that's actually really good. And because it's all wood that can be assembled and unassembled, I thought actually that could be useful for the hotel. So I bought another one, and here it is. And actually it's really good because you can get a couple of paints apart in the front, and you can get your brushes in there, and you just have to organise them slightly differently. Instead of having them in rows like that, you just have to, so maybe I'll put one kind of brush in a row along there, another kind of brush along there, and then more types of brushes there, and so on and so forth. But for the hotel, and I'll show you something really, really, really good. Obviously, being in a hotel, I need things that do the job, but I also need things that pack up well. So this is my spray booth. This is a shoebox. And then once I've finished in the hotel, I refold everything up, and then it becomes a storage box. But when I packed my brushes away last time, a couple of them, they were a little bit too high up in the brush case, and it just bent some of the bristles a little bit. Not a problem to fix, but it was just the inconvenience having to fix them. Check this out, guys. So this goes into my shoebox there. Obviously that brush won't be there, and that will fit perfectly in that shoebox. And then obviously I'll write a label on there, please keep this way up. And then when I get back to the hotel next time, there will be my brushes ready to go. All I have to do is go bang, there they are, and away I go. So I like that product. So I'm going to drop the link into the description, and then you guys can check it out. I won't get any commissions or anything for it. It's just me sharing a product that I think for my particular need is absolutely perfect. Right guys, so that is me leaving now. I will see you next week. I hope you have a wonderful week. My last week has been fantastic, and long may that continue. The only thing wrong with my week is that my cats aren't here. As you know, I have the obligatory cat mention, but I do have my webcam which I can check in on them at any time. So I'm going to leave you with my new saying, which has not become fixed in memory yet. But I'm kind of sort of just trying to change it. But whatever you do in life, do it with the enthusiasm of a 6-year-old with a Batman costume on. Take care, guys.